I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. My goal and mindset in life is to always better educate and better encourage people in my situation that just because they came from a certain situation or a certain way of thinking is that they don't have to be a product of their environment. They don't have to keep putting themselves down or looking at themselves as not enough just because they're the first ones to come out of a situation. You can be the first ones to change a situation, and you can be the first one to make it out of a situation. It's all about changing your mindset, changing your habits, changing the way you act, changing the things you do, opening your mind to new ways of thinking, opening your mind to new ways of living, opening your mind to new ways of moving. But that's the most important thing. You have to open your mind. You can't keep thinking the same way and doing the same things that you've seen other people in your situation do. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to change that mindset. Okay, I'm going to change the way that went, or I'm going to change the way that look because I know that didn't work. I'm a student of the game. I always try to learn from others. I always try to learn where other people may have had a shortcoming or a fall, or just watch people and learn where they made their mistake. So when I get in that situation, I won't make the same mistake or have the same problem. I always try to train myself to learn the different ways of moving, learn or follow my instinct and learn what I could do differently in a situation so I can make it better the next time when I do make a mistake. And I've opened my mind to different ways of thinking, alternative ways, ways that nobody's really ever done before, and it's really worked for me. And it could work for you, but remember, it's all about opening your mind and being open to change and adopting new ways of thinking. It's basically like when a person has a car accident or something and they have to basically relearn their whole body and relearn how to walk, talk, and move again. I basically had to do that, but instead of having an accident per se, I really had a spiritual awakening. And a spiritual awakening is basically the same thing as having an accident of some sort, a major accident, because it's basically learning how to rethink about life, learning how to reevaluate yourself, learning how to reestablish yourself, and rethink your way of living from the way you eat to the way you from the way you eat to the way you love to the way you just be an individual on this earth. It's basically relearning yourself all over again. And if you're open to it and don't refuse it, it can completely change your life. I'm living proof of that. Because to me, before all this, I was a selfish individual that cared about nobody but himself and anything that could just further him as a person. But now I feel like I care about the world. I care about everything that goes in and on with the world, and who can improve in the world and how we make the whole world better versus just caring about myself, because I realize that it's more than me in the world. It's more people that need my help than just me looking out for myself. And that's something that it took me a long time to get over. realizing that the world is not just about you, it's about everybody in connection that will make a difference. That's what I had to realize, and that's what started me on this journey. Realizing that the world is bigger than just me and my individual problems. It's the world as a whole that will make a difference. And I believe if everybody adopted that mentality, the world would be a better place. But too many people in too many situations are just worried about themselves. I think that's the problem with the world. If more people were looking at us as a community and stop trying to spread hate and division about what party you're from or what your sexual orientation or whatever is, we will be a better community. If everybody just accepted each other for who they were and didn't judge or didn't look at certain characteristics to separate everybody, and everybody just accepted each other for who they were and let people live their own lives, we'd be in a much better place as a community and as a planet. But because people are selfish minded and racist and all those different type of situations, we have different outcomes to the world. It's why the world is so selfish, evil, and backed up because too many people look out for their own individual selves and what they can get out of it instead of looking out for the world and what we can get out of it as a community. The only way we can save the world and save everybody in it is if we adopt the mentality of all coming together for the greater good. I know I'm probably preaching to somebody or some people that'll probably never understand what I mean, but I'm going to preach it anyway. Togetherness and love is the only way we can make a difference. It's the only way we can encourage people to live different, better lives. But we all have to get on the same train, or else the world is going to keep destroying itself. The negative, the negative self-absorbed people are going to keep winning, and the death and division is going to keep pushing us apart. We have to come together as a community and as a world if we want to change and truly build something special to make a difference. I'm doing my part every day to truly strive for that and to truly change my world and hopefully parts of my community if I can through the work I do every day. But we all have to come to that understanding or the world is never truly going to change. It's going to always be divided. It's going to always be people and situations that's going to try to push us apart. But if you open your mind to change and you open your mind to what the world possibly could be, you can do amazing things. But like I said, that's my main point. Opening your mind, realizing that you don't have to be a product of where you come from. You can be the first one to change all that, but you have to be willing to change, willing to open, willing to listen. And that's something I had to learn through time, through experience, and through just going through life. Open your mind, change, be willing to listen to others, be willing to take their criticism, be willing to learn how criticism works. That's something I had to open my mind to learning that I'm not perfect, that I'm still learning every day and not holding it against myself. And neither should you. You're only human. We improve one day at a time, each day, every day, if you're opening your mind to it. You can be the one to save yourself and save your community if you're willing to change and open your mind to saving it. It's all about what you're willing to